What's going on, people? It is Brian Alsruhe with NEVERsate.com, and welcome to today's video. Now, the original video that was scheduled for today was supposed to be 3 squat tips, and we were going to release those new Fight Club t-shirts. However, just with everything going on in the world right now, I just thought that all seemed kind of stupid and frivolous and just pretty meaningless considering what a lot of people are going through. So don't worry, all of that will come out at a later time, but for this week's video, what I wanted to do is actually upload a video that I previously uploaded 4 years ago about auditing your time. Now, in the original video, I'm talking about people trying to carve out 3 hours of their week to make sure that they get their workout in. However, after just especially the last 2 years between COVID and the world imploding on itself and the way people are treating each other and just everything that's going on right now, I just if you guys are going to watch a video, I'd ask you to please not just look at it as in carving out time for your workout or your training, but also really think about things in your life that you truly care about, that you truly love, and the other things that maybe are helping you neglect those things. Like maybe you have a job that you hate so you can make more money to impress a bunch of people that don't even like you or never going to show up at your funeral or whatever the case may be, like so you can buy the new clothes and the new shoes or whatever the case may be. All that I'm saying is if you are going to watch this video, please just keep in mind the things that you truly love and the things that maybe aren't getting as much attention or time as they should be. Apply that to this object lesson that I give, and hopefully it can help enhance no matter where you are in life. It's a really good video that a lot of people did not watch a couple years ago, so I would appreciate you guys taking the time. Just check it out. I guarantee you it's going to be eye-opening for every single one of you, and you're probably going to like the object lesson of it all. So anyway, guys, here's the other video, and I will be back soon with the normal scheduled programming. But thank you for your patience.
What I thought I would do, since this is something that I recently learned, is show you guys how I audit my week with this object lesson to show you guys in reality how much time you really do have. Now, before I get all high and mighty and preachy at you guys, I want you to know that I am talking as much to myself here as anyone. I am so guilty of this that it is not funny, and I tell people all the time that I do not have enough hours in the day. However, when I actually sat down and looked at how I was spending that time and audited what my hours were going towards, I realized that I actually have a lot of time and I just spend a little bit too much killing the time that's killing us all. But also what I learned is that everything costs something, so that time's just not magically gonna show up. It is something that I had to carve out, all right? In order for something to show up, something else needed to get cut out. That was it. Something needed to replace something else. So in reality, when I was saying that I did not have enough time, what I was saying was I did not have enough desire to cut out the time, to make the time to spend on that thing. I would rather stay exactly how I was. Truth, even if it doesn't feel good. Now, before I go any further, let me just say that I do truly believe that there are people in this world that are too busy to fit in workouts. Like right offhand, I think about brand new parents. Oftentimes they are completely overwhelmed. Startup business owners, you would be shocked. That is almost like having a baby. There really is not enough hours in a day when you are a startup business owner. And then number 3, I also think about people who are like in residency trying to become a doctor and they're literally like sleeping in the hospital between their stuff. There is no doubt that there are busy people out there. However, if you have the time to stop and watch this video, then most likely you are not so busy that you can't figure out somehow to carve out some time to work out every single week. Now, also remember that in this world of 7.7 billion people, there's definitely someone that has at least your same circumstance, if not worse, and is getting it done despite all of that, and most likely at an extremely high level. If you actually knew people's stories of success and where they came from and how they got there, you would be absolutely astounded at the people who get stuff done with absolutely nothing, and yet there's so many of us, myself included, out here with so much abundance, and we're doing very little with it. Again, that's truth, even if it doesn't feel good. So I guess that's my long-winded way to say it's my contention that every single person out there, every single person has 3 to 4 hours to set aside a week to put towards their physical training. Plus the fact, guys, I put out so many free program videos. I've done a ton of videos that explain how to get in and out of the gym in less time, cut your workouts in less than an hour. There is absolutely not one victim watching this video, guys. I know a lot of people like to reach out to other people and complain, try to make themselves seem like they are in a worse situation so that they can get some type of pity by explaining how hard their life is. But guys, here's the secret. No one cares. If you write me and you say, man, I have to work a bunch of hours, I have to do a bunch of this, no one cares. Unfortunately, things are hard all over and people have their own stuff to think about. However, as I'm about ready to explain, if you audit your time, trust me, you can figure this out. Whatever you want to do in your life, you can carve out some time. So, onto the pennies. So this is 168 pennies. Each and every single penny that you see equals 1 hour in your week. 168 hours in a week, 168 hours in this jar. And I definitely lost a couple pennies making this video. So what I'm gonna do here is break down an average week, start taking away some pennies, and show you how much you actually have left. So I did this a couple different ways. The first thing that I thought about were the things in life that you absolutely have to do, okay? So the very first obvious thing, we're gonna take 40 pennies away because you have to work 40 hours a week. Now I know some of you are still in school and that probably doesn't equal 40 hours. However, we're gonna go ahead and give you 40 hours anyway, okay? 168 hours minus the 40 leaves us with 128. All right, so the next thing that's gonna get chopped is going to be 56 hours for sleep because hopefully you are sleeping 8 hours a night. I know for a fact you are not sleeping 8 hours a night. No one sleeps 8 hours a night, but hopefully you are. And guys, I am not telling people not to sleep. I think sleeping is one of the most important reasons why people can lose body fat, why they can gain muscle, why you can recover. If you can sleep, I think you should absolutely sleep and you should shoot for 8 hours a night. If you are getting less than that, you are definitely not probably running as optimally as you could. Me, myself personally, I get 3 to 4 every single night, and that is not by choice. I'm not bragging about that. I have a condition, I have a problem. I don't sleep much. That means that I can get more done in a given day, but trust me, it takes its toll on my body. I want you guys to sleep, but we are gonna give you 8 hours every single day, and I would be shocked if you're actually spending that. Most likely, some of those hours are going to other things as well, so just keep that in mind. So if we chop 56 hours out of our remaining 128, that leaves us with 72. The next thing we're gonna chop is 21 pennies because I'm gonna give you 3 hours a day for cooking, cleaning, eating, showering, normal, everyday doing chores, running to the grocery store, whatever you have to do. A lot of people do not spend 3 hours a day doing those things. However, we are giving you 3 hours so you're preparing every single meal, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, all right? 21 hours goes away to that. Take 21 hours away from 72 and you have 51 left. We are also going to take away 21 hours out of the week because I'm gonna consider that every single day you're gonna spend 3 hours in your car or doing some sort of commuting. Now, hopefully you do not drive more than an hour and a half each way to work. Otherwise, you probably wanna kill yourself. But let's say you do, we're gonna give you that 3 hours. But even if not, I know a lot of you guys had to take kids to baseball practice or you guys are running around doing errands, whatever the case may be, we are giving you 3 hours of travel time every single day. Now we take those 21 hours away and we are down to 30. Also remember that you are not commuting to work 7 days a week. You're doing that probably 5 days a week, so we're giving you extra time. So remember, those are extra hours. If you're not sleeping 8 hours a night, those are extra hours. If it doesn't take you 3 hours to cook, clean, and eat every single day, then those are extra hours. So I was trying to figure out what other necessities you had. And guys, I think family and friends are massively important. So I'm gonna set aside 3 hours every single day, 21 hours a week that you get to spend with your family. Now remember, this does not count eating time, this doesn't count driving time, this doesn't count any other time. This is literally 3 hours that we're setting aside every single day that you're doing nothing than staring at your loved ones. I love you so much. I love you more. You hang up first. 3 hours is a long time. But let's just go ahead and say that you actually are spending those extra 3 hours doing nothing but staring at your loved ones. That leaves you 9 free hours left of your week where you can do absolutely anything you want. That means that you have 1 hour and 15 minutes every single day to devote to whatever you want. Now, if you're anything like me and you don't want to work out every single day and you want to work out 4 times a day, well, then you got plenty of time for that, along with some extra time on the other days for active recovery or stretching or yoga or whatever it is that's going to help make you a more rounded athlete. Your prehab, your rehab, your recovery, all those things that you don't do because you don't have enough time. If you only want to work out 3 times a week, that means you could spend 3 hours 3 times a week in the gym, not counting driving, not counting any of the other stuff that we already took away time for. That is 3 hours of nothing but sitting on a pec deck machine. I don't understand. I just don't understand. Now, again, remember guys, I was saying the same thing. I was saying, I do not have time for these hyperbaric treatments in my life. I cannot spare 15 minutes until I actually sat down and I looked at what I was doing with my time. And then I realized that I was spending too much time watching Netflix or spending time on the internet or doing whatever in the heck that it was that I was doing that was not going towards the things that are important to me. Now, I'm not saying that rest and downtime is not important. I think it absolutely is. But guys, when I just laid out all those pennies, you have to admit that is a ton of time. If you want to rest 3 hours a day instead of staring at your loved ones, then you can rest an extra 3 hours out of the day on top of getting 8 hours of sleep. That is 11 hours out of the day, literally almost half of the day that you could spend laying in your bed and you can still get a workout in. So guys, again, look, I'm talking as much myself and I'm just as guilty of this as you guys are. All that I'm saying is that if you are ignorant to something, then you can't change it. But when you actually take the time to break down your hours, then you have absolutely no excuse to say, I don't have time for this or I don't have time for that. For the things that truly mean something to you, then you sacrifice, you carve out the time for those things. So guys, look, I am not saying that you're not busy, but I am saying that there is a difference between being busy and being productive, and you need to be really careful because those two things, it's a slippery slope. Each and every single one of us is given the same 24 hours every single day, the same number of hours every single week. However, some people do absolutely amazing things with that time, and other people do absolutely nothing but sit around and just waste them. So whatever you decide to do is completely fine with me, because at the end of the life, it is going to be your regret that you need to live with. It is not mine. But if you do want to make a change, the very first step is completely taking ownership for this situation. You are not a victim. You will make the time. You will find the time to do whatever it is that you want to do. So before you walk in the room and be that guy that just starts spewing just negativity and hate and complaining about everything that could possibly complain about and telling people how you don't have time or you don't have energy, you don't have whatever, look, audit your life, audit the words come out of your mouth, audit what you're doing with your time, audit everything, really take an honest look at yourself, and trust me, everything that you need is right there in front of you. The only thing that's stopping you is whatever junk excuse that you're putting in your head as to why you can't achieve it. So if anyone is actually still here watching this and I didn't make you mad, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to buy a t-shirt. So guys, look, I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not ranting. I'm not trying to call anybody out. All I'm saying is this is something that I was ignorant to, and I was making the same claims. But once I audited my time, I realized that there was a lot that I could do about the situation. It made me feel 1,000 times better because I no longer felt like a victim of my circumstance, like I was on a landslide out of control. Suddenly I looked at it and said, no. I have complete control of this situation. It just seemed out of control because I was looking at it at a whole instead of breaking it into manageable parts. So I'm just trying to share this with you guys. So if you guys are in the same situation, hopefully one of you decides to actually take away any excuse that you have, really look at this, look at your life, and make a change. So guys, I do appreciate you staying with me. My arm is tired. I'm going to put this camera down now, but guys, I thank you so much. I will catch up with you later in the week. Until I do, go out to something amazing in your lives. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. Audit your time. I'll see you then.